Hi, Smilez Tribers. I am driving and this lady has gotten into a bad wreck. Jesus, be with them. So, hey, Smilez Tribers. I'm going to be giving y'all 5 things that you can do right now, to get your curls to pop or to thrive and come alive. I can't remember what the title of the video, but basically, I'm going to be telling you 5 things you can do right now. If you someone and you like, man, I want my curls to look juicy. I want my curls to look thick. Like, I feel like I just be feeling like, my curls don't really pop like the people I see on Instagram and on the YouTube streets. Like, I be watching these YouTubers and I feel like my curls don't be looking like that. Like, how can I get my curls look like that? Well, this video is for you, okay? This video for you. I'm just getting off work and I'm about to head home. And so I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and make this video as I'm driving home because I want to be more consistent with doing my YouTube. So I'm trying to fit in YouTube when I can. So here are the 5 things you can do. I did write some notes on my other phone. So if you see me look down occasionally, I'm just looking at that just to make sure I stay on task. The first you can do right now, if you want your curls to thrive a little bit more, is I want you to minimize direct heat. Okay? Minimize direct heat. And the reason why I said direct heat is because there's a difference between direct heat and indirect heat. So when I refer to direct heat, I'm talking about like maybe flat ironing your hair. For some people, it can even be blow drying because it might be blow drying a little bit too much and too heavy. But direct heat is anything that heats your hair that's directly touching your hair. So most of the time, these are flat irons, these are hot combs, curling irons, the wand curls. We want to stay away from that. Okay, we want to minimize that. Or if you're strong enough, I mean, it's summertime here, so those silk presses don't be lasting because the humidity. Just either minimize doing the heat on your hair or just cut it out completely. Okay, cut it out completely. And what I mean is direct heat, like your flat irons and your curling irons and stuff like that. You want to lean more towards, if you are going to use heat, indirect heat. So indirect heat is like steam, sitting up on the hooded dryer. That's indirect heat because that is heat that is hitting your hair, but it's not directly touching your hair. So it's a lot healthier for your hair. It's a lot healthier for your hair. So that's what I mean when I say minimize direct heat. You don't have to let it go completely, but if you need to dry your hair, using a hooded dryer is healthier than direct heat, like a blow dryer. Blow dryer to me can kind of be seen as direct heat and indirect heat because how some people blow dry their hair, the blow dryer just be too close to it. Some people, they can blow dry their hair and stretch it and use the tension method. So that's why it can be classified, here or there. So yeah. All right. It don't take much for me to go ahead and delete some of them comments. I'm trying to keep it open for everybody. No, I have no subscribers only. So yeah, that's the thing. You want to minimize that. So if you do need to use heat on your hair, do a hooded dryer or do the tension method, which basically means you take your hair and you stretch it and you just take the blow dryer and you just kind of like fan the blow dryer back and forth to kind of stretch your hair. It's not like you're trying to get your hair super straight from those silk press. That's indirect. That's indirect heat, and that's healthier for your hair. And when you do that, you're keeping more of the integrity of your curls. So if you want your curls to pop and you want your curls to look more lively, minimize that heat. I see some people who might, flat iron their hair every 2 weeks. And sometimes, depending on like what they're doing, and sometimes they might be flat ironing in between, you'll notice that like their curls, they're natural, but their curls can be like a little bit looser. And they're like, man, at least I want my curls to look like this. So I'll tell them like, okay, we're gonna have to tone down, the heat a little bit because, you're doing too much flat ironing. And I had a client just today, and her problem wasn't heat. Her problem was she did a texturizer herself at home. And so what had happened is, like, maybe 2 inches from off her scalp of hair was really, really thick and full and juicy twists. But as you got towards the end of her twists, they were kind of thin. And that was pretty much her texturizer growing out. But I also sometimes see that for people who flat iron their hair a lot, especially people who try to re-flat iron their hair in between visits. So like, you might go get your hair, silk pressed, and let's just say you a week in to getting a silk press, and you like, man, the ends of my hair kind of look frizzy. Let me just take this flat iron and run through it right quick to kind of straighten those frizzies out at the end. And I wouldn't recommend you keep doing that, because you're putting too much direct heat, and then when you get ready to wet your hair and curl it, you're gonna notice that the base is thick and chunky, and then in the end, at the end of towards the end of your twist or your hair, your curls look limp, and you're like, man, why does my hair look like that? And it's because of that direct heat. And I heard Jamila, she's another stylist that comes up here on my live, and she made, I love the term she used. Thermal relaxation is basically what you did to your hair. I said, I never heard it put like that, but that's a good analogy. And what we mean by thermal relaxation is you have used too much thermal tools, too much direct heating tools on your hair, and it has relaxed to your curls. Instead of like using a chemical to relax your hair, you have relaxed your hair with a flat iron with thermal tools. So when it comes to, like, if you want your curls to come alive a little bit more, you want to stay away from using a lot of those thermal tools, those flat irons, hot comb, all of that. You want to, cut that out completely, or at least minimize it. And, I always encourage my clients, like, when they come in and get their silk press, I tell them, do not, apply the flat iron again, like, in between, because just when you can start seeing damage. Thank you. Is that Nevaeh? I think that's heaven spelled backwards. I always love people when they had that name. Thank you for getting in the chat. So yeah, you want to stay away from, like I said, cut it out completely. And if you go get your hair silk press, like I said, don't be at home flat ironing like in between. It's a video on my YouTube channel that say how to preserve your silk press, or what to do if your silk press get frizzy. I kind of give you some tips, not kind of, I give you some tips on how to get your silk press to last, or what to do if it get frizzy, which is a healthier alternative versus flat ironing your hair, and it still keeps the integrity and the curls of your hair. So if you want more information on that, you can go watch my live stream, and I think I got a short form video as well if you don't want to sit and watch the whole hour on how you can preserve your twist out. I mean your silk press. But on this live stream, we're talking about the curls and how to preserve them. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to minimize or cut out that heat. And this is going to take time, and this is the perfect time to do it, because it's summertime. Well, it's not officially summertime, but it's feeling like summertime here in North Carolina. But your hair can curl up anyway. Okay, so it's the best time to kind of like, not even do that. Are you in school? Oh no, I'm not in school. I'm a hairstylist though. I'm a hairstylist. Thank you, Acacia. Okay. God bless you, Acacia. See, Acacia's always around in the bush. She's one of the moderators of the channel, so I appreciate that. Okay, so the second thing you want to do to get your curls to pop and really come alive, that you can do right now, you can go get a trim. You say I look like I'm in school. I appreciate it. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay, I'll take that as a compliment. Okay. The second thing you can do right now is go get a trim or get a haircut. Now, if you're one of those people that I explained when I talked about part one, was the base of your hair, like when you look at this twist, from here and down it's chunky, but when you get from here to here, it's real thin, and it is no consistency. If you want your curls to pop, honey, you can go ahead and cut that off. Okay, I know you don't want to hear that, but you can go ahead and cut that little piece that's looking real straggly. Go ahead and cut that off and let go of that, because you holding back your curls. Because I see people, you know, they come in and now define their curls. Nobody see, Lisa, the curls look so good up here, but as you get to the end, they just look limp. They look like they don't got no body. They look like they don't got no life. And I'm telling you, if you want to change that, now y'all gonna have to agree on the other side. Hold on, brother, I'm trying to let this brother through, and I'm trying to let this brother through. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Okay, y'all, I've been doing good with letting people get over. God had to work on me with that. You hear me? I used to be in the job like, no, you ain't getting over. But now I'm like, no, because if it was a bad traffic spot and I was trying to get over, I want somebody to do that for me. So anyway, I just thought I'd put that right there. So yeah, go ahead and trim off that limp hair, that thin. And also it makes your hair look thin. And you might think your hair is thin, and it's not thin. You just need to get a whole haircut. You just need to get a whole haircut. Nevaeh, we talking about the live, girl. Nevaeh, you trying to have a whole conversation, girl. We talking about hair. What are you going to do today? I'm doing this live, girl. Come on, Dad, get with it. So yeah, you need to just go ahead and remove that, because that's having your hair appear like it's thin, like it has no body. So just go ahead and remove it. And I know it's kind of hard for some people to hear, because some people might be watching this and you might only have 2 to 3 inches of like good new growth, where it's nice, thick, and full and plump, and then the other 5 inches of your hair is limp and dull. And it's like, what? She's telling me I need to cut it off? I mean, it's still your choice, your body, your choice. But I'm just letting you know, the name of this live stream is 5 things you can do right now. Like, this is stuff you don't have to wait to do. This is things you can do right now to get your curls to pop. Like, we don't have to wait. We don't have to make this long drawn out process. I mean, it's up to you. You can make it a long drawn out process. You know, you can keep trimming at it, because I understand some people, they're like, no, Lisa, I do not trust nobody cutting out 3 inches of my hair. I'm gonna just gradually do it. And that's fine. That's your choice. But what I'm saying on this live stream, if you want your curls to pop right now, and really, if you do these 5 things right now, by the time July get here, your curls gonna be popping. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are like fast track things. Like, hey, let's get to it. Like, we don't have to make this long and drawn out. These are things you can do right now. And I promise you, if you start doing these things right now, by the time July get here, child, they ain't gonna be able to tell you nothing. You're gonna be out here popping. Okay, so the second thing we want to do is we want to trim and or get a haircut. Get a haircut. A lot of people think their hair thinning, and it's like, no, your hair is not thinning. You just have damaged ends. You either got split, and that's another thing. If you got, so it's a couple things that can be happening to the ends of your hair. And remember, the ends is the oldest and the most fragile. So your ends can look limp because you got split ends. They could look limp because they're dry. They could look limp because you got thermal relaxation, meaning putting too much heat on your hair. Or maybe it's from a chemical. Maybe you went and got a keratin treatment and it wasn't done right. Maybe you went and you did a texturizer or whatever it is, and it messed up your curls. You go ahead and get that cut. Your hair is gonna automatically look fuller. I'm telling you. I had so many clients that this happens to, and I gave them a good haircut, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Lisa, I thought my hair was thin. I thought this, and this haircut like changed my life. So that's one thing you could do. Thank you, Keisha, for putting it in the chat. You can get a trim or a haircut, and that's going to elevate your hair. It's going to elevate your curls. And you know how like sometimes you'll see some curls and like, you know, the ends don't really got that nice little C curl or little S curl. If your ends don't look like that and they don't got that nice little wrinkle at the bottom, I'm telling you, trust me, I am a licensed professional. I have been in this thing for over 10 years now. I know what I'm talking about. When you remove that, your curls don't have that nice little bounce. It's gonna have that good elasticity. That's part of healthy hair. when you get rid of this. So that's the second thing you can do. The third you can do right now to get your curls to come alive and thrive and pop, steam treatment. Let me tell you something. Get you a steam. If you never had a steam treatment, I don't know what you're doing with your life, especially if you got natural hair. If you got natural hair, get you a steam treatment. I don't care if your curls are loose or if they're tight. Get you a steam treatment, because I'm telling you, a steam treatment in particular is going to take your hair and your curls to the next level. Because a common issue that we see with curly hair, oh, my curls I don't think my hair too nappy. Your hair ain't nappy. Your hair just dry. Your hair just needs some more. Your hair ain't nappy. People are, oh, you see my little BDBs right there? They be so dry. You see this, and you know my hair is nappy back there. No, your hair ain't got no moisture back there. That's why you got BDBs right there. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say BDBs. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about when I say BDBs. Or your kitchen. You know how some people are, oh, my kitchen back there is nappy. Your kitchen is just dry. That thing won't out the frame. You hear me? That kitchen dry. That's all it is, honey. That is all it is. Thank you, Acacia. That's all it is. Your kitchen just needs some moisturization. It needs some hydration. Okay? So, if you want your curls to pop and you feel like, man, my hair is so tight, it do not curl, Lisa. I know you be putting these videos, because I had put one video up. Boy, I can tell it made people mad. Hey, Coach Sheena. I can tell it made people mad. And I don't like using the term 4C, 4B, but sometimes I put that in my title just to get y'all to click it, because some of y'all like to classify your hair as 4C, 4B. So I put in there curl definition on 4C hair. People was like, that's not 4C hair. That is not 4C hair. How you gonna tell me? Hey, Jasmine, why is it called kitchen? You know what, Jasmine? Why is it called kitchen back there? I guess because something be cooking back there. I don't know. I grew up and people call that back area back there their kitchen. But your kitchen is dry. That's why it don't curl up. Once your kitchen gets some moisture in there, once you get in there and start washing them dishes, that kitchen will curl up, okay? And you get in a regimen. So if you want your curls to pop, you got to get some moisturization. You got to get some hydration. And how you get that? You can get that good old steam treatment. It's going to take, I'm telling you, it's going to take your curls to the next level. And like I said, the common problem with people with curls, they say their curls nappy, their hair nappy, it don't curl. Nope, you ain't been educated. And that's why you're here on this live. Okay? The people perish because of lack of knowledge. That's in Hosea. That's a verse in the Bible. See, you lacking in knowledge. That's why your hair ain't prospering. Now come on, somebody go ahead and get that good old word in you. Get that word in you. The people perish because they lack knowledge. And see, that's why your curls ain't popping, because you lack knowledge. You haven't been educated. And it's okay. I'm not here to pick on you. On my channel, we talk about God, and I use my gift of teaching you about your hair and make you laugh so God can reach your soul. So don't get mad, as Tony Gaskins would say, scratch your booty and get real glad right about now, because you getting free game from a licensed professional. I know it's professional, but I'm saying professional. Okay, so that's what you got to do. You can do that steam treatment right now and take your curls to the next level. That steam treatment is going to really open up that hair shaft and get that moisture deep in there. Okay, it's going to get down in there, the nooks and crevices. Okay, nooks and crevices. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Steam treatment going to really help, you know, get you that hydration that your curls need, because the more and more your curls are hydrated and moisturized, then you're going to start to see your curls come out. You're going to be like, oh, okay. And I want to say this, because I had a client today, and she said, Lisa, you know what set me free? And I said, what? She said, because I was on that era where I was going on YouTube, and I was finding, you know, other people YouTube channel and looking at their curls like, oh, my hair like this. And she said, you know what set me free? She said, when I started watching other creators who had hair like me. That's the thing. Now, everybody's hair is not exactly the same, but if you can find somebody who got a texture similar to you when it comes to finding styles and doing stuff, that's going to set you free. Because I think a lot of people get frustrated and be like, oh, my hair don't do that. Oh, my hair don't do this. It's because, I'm going to use y'all example since y'all like to go by a number system, which I don't. Let's just say you have 4C hair and you on Pinterest or YouTube or Instagram and you trying to find style inspiration, and you with 4C hair go find somebody with 3A or 3B hair, which is a looser curl pattern, but oh, I want my hair to look like this. And the reason why you frustrated is because y'all got two totally different textures. And your baby girl, your hair just ain't gonna look like that. I'm sorry. Unless you put a chemical in it, like to loosen your curls, your hair ain't gonna look like that. So you gotta find somebody at least close to what you got, and then go from there. And then it goes back to a live stream I said a couple days ago. You gotta fall in love with your hair and figure out what works for your hair. But that's a whole nother subject. Let me get back on task. What I talked about was number 3. Third thing you can do is you can do a steam treatment, because that's going to help hydrate your curls and give you that moisture and help your curls to pop. Okay. Fourth thing you can do, if you want your curls to pop right now, you got to stop wearing the puffs and the ponytails all the time. We got to cut that out, because what I see happen is when people do y'all know the hot puffs that people pull up. When people do the puffs too much and too often, that band that they use, more than likely sometimes it's an elastic band, it's not a satin band. If you are using satin, that's good, God bless you. But if you're not, if you're wearing those bands a lot, they're just tugging and pulling on your hair, and it's breaking your hair off, and it's causing your curls not to look good when you do wear a wash and go, when you do wear a twist out. So that's breaking your hair off. Or even if you do like the slick back ponytails or whatever, all of that, doing that all the time is putting too much stress in your hair and too much tension. So I would say stop doing that. Maybe only do that like if you had to do it for one day, or maybe 2 days max if you in between going to another hairstyle. But that wouldn't be something that I would wear all the time. That would not be something, especially if you're somebody and you working on, getting your curls to pop and to thrive and to really look bouncy. We want to stop doing the ponytails all the time, because of what happens. Sometimes people will break out, not break out, but their hair break off here in the back, in the middle. Sometimes it be on the top. And so when they get ready to their curls out, their hair don't look good. So minimize that. Or if you are going to do it, get you some satin hair ties. Get you the satin hair ties, or either if you want to pull your hair up into a puff, do a satin scarf. And I just want to say this, even though if you are using, I'm going to give y'all this caveat. Even if you are doing a satin ponytail holder, still don't be tying that too tight, because that still can be damaging. That still can be damaging. So just keep that in mind. Minimize the ponytails and the puffs. If you are going to wear them occasionally, do the satin ponytail holders or the satin scarves, and make sure it's not pulled too tight. Okay. So the last thing, which is our fifth thing, if you want your curls to pop right now, the last thing you can do is use Marie's Legacy hair care line. Yep. I'm going to plug my hair care line now. That's one thing I'm going to do now. Now, I'm being for real, though. You want to use the right products. You want to use the right products, which are a moisturizer. And the reason why I said my hair care line is because it's a product line that's going to give you your hair the moisture and the things that it needs. So, like it go back to what I said, when your hair is moisturized, it's not going to be nappy, as y'all would say. I don't like to say nappy, but it's just dry. It's going to put the moisture in, it's going to help it pop. So I have the Honey Mimosa shampoo and conditioner that's on my website. Then I also have my Marie Legacy styling foam. So that styling foam is going to help with your curls and help it pop. I did my 2-strand twist, even though they're kind of looking a little a little frizzy, not a lot, but I did my 2-strand twist with the foam as well. So you can do a twist out with the foam and have your curls popping, or you can do a wash and go. If you need some visual examples, you can just go on my page and look at all my hairstyles, and that's the evidence of the foam. Okay, so using the right products is key, because if you're using something and it has a lot of alcohol in it, or it don't have like good humectants in it, like humectant properties. And what I mean by humectants is like, humectants are in products, or like things that will pour the moisture from the air to keep your hair nice and moisturized. Something that happened right here. Oh, God bless them, whatever happened. They got the whole ambulance out here. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why I gotta get quiet, but I want to see what happened. Did the car catch on fire? Or did it just... Y'all know I'm nosy. I don't think the car caught on fire. Maybe the car just broke down. I know the fire truck people help get your car off the side of the road. Because a fireman done got in the lady car. Oh, maybe she thought her car was about to catch on fire. Well, we lift her up in prayer. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, that's what you can do. You got to use the right products that's going to put the moisture in your hair, that's going to help your curls prop. You got to use quality products, okay? That's key. And these are the 5 things that you can do, like I said, right now. You do not have to wait. And I'm telling you, if you start incorporating doing all these 5 things now, I'm telling you, by the summertime, you can be popping. By July, you can be popping. And really, I'm just saying July, that's a pull. That's a stretch. But really, if you do all these 5 things now, your curls gonna look good by the weekend. Let me summarize. The first thing I said is minimize that heat. Okay, minimize direct heat, flat iron, curling iron, you know, all that direct heat with the blow drying. Trims is number 2. Okay, or haircut, steam treatment. Okay, start getting that moisture in your hair. Number 4 is stop wearing the tight ponytails in the pulse. Now, I will say, if your hair is severely, let me come step back. If your hair is severely damaged, let me stop lying. They ain't gonna be popping by this weekend. I just want to say that you have to be on a regimen. Hey, Marcus up here talking about some. Hey, girl, how you doing? Now, Marcus, do I know you? Marcus, do I know you? But God bless you for being in the chat. But yeah, number 4 was start wearing the ponytails and the puffs, and number 5 is using the right products. So I will say, if your hair is on a severely damaged time, give yourself grace. Give yourself about 2 months to get your hair together, and you get these trims, you keep doing your steam treatments, it's gonna be together. And I do also want to say this: sometimes you can't overdo it with the treatments. You want to be mindful. My client who came in today, one of my clients who came in today, she was overdoing it with the treatments, and so another reason why her curls was feeling, you know, just too mushy. Her hair was like a little bit in between too mushy. And I was telling her she need to do a balance. She need to add some protein to her regimen to help her curls, because like I think she said she was scared to do protein because and I know this is a common thing. Some people say, oh, I don't want to do protein treatments because it's gonna feel like straw, it's gonna make my hair dry. And the thing is, yes, it will make it feel like straw, but you got to have that balance. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and let you through. Go ahead now. Y'all see I'm letting people through now, but yeah, you got to have that balance. And I said you're fearful because you don't know that it's okay to do a protein treatment. You just got to follow up with a moisturizing conditioner, and then don't be doing protein treatments every week. Don't be. And another thing is too, you got to be careful, because you might be like, well, Lisa, I don't do protein treatments every week, but my hair still feel hard. Also be mindful of the shampoos you're using. So there are some shampoos or like shampoos and conditioners that are protein based, and depending on your hair, you might be protein sensitive, and the shampoos that you're using, if you shampoo with it every week, that might be too much protein for you. Okay, so you might want to only use that protein based shampoo, maybe not as often. Okay, So just keep that in mind. So these are the 5 things. If you are like kind of confused and like, well, Lisa, how often should I be doing this treatment? How often should I be doing that? How often should I be getting the trim? Get my ebook guide. It's called the Ultimate Hair Care Guide. It's a downloadable. Yeah, as soon as you buy it, you baby get the download. And then I got different checklists. So if you might be somebody you suffering from your hair thinning, you might have maybe some heat damage, you might just have dry hair, and you trying to figure out, okay, I need a whole treatment plan, I need something specialized for me. You can get that hair care guide. It's $4.99. Go ahead and get that and get your life together, okay? And grow your hair, and let's do better in 2025, okay? If you need products, you also can check lisasmilez.com. I want to thank everyone for watching this video. Thank you to all the Smilez tribe, whether you're a subscriber or not. Thank you for liking the video. Shouts out to all my moderators. Sister Acacia is always around in the bush, listening to the background. And also Coach Sheena and Sister Tracy Ann. Thank y'all for moderating the chat and keeping the debauchery out the chat. Oh, Dr. Roy and Nisa, Dr. Worship Nisa been up here faithful. Hold on, back onto a light so I can read your comment. And I also want to say too, if you you kind of like this vibe and you just sit here look me in my face for 31 minutes and you ain't subscribed, what you doing? Girl, what you doing? What you doing? Okay. And then I have a Smilez Tribe membership here on YouTube. And I got some exclusive content on there. And then also, like, if you're not able to catch this, like, live, and the live streams now, after I go live, because sometimes after I go live, I don't make them immediate available for everybody. But if you want to get first dibs on that, that's in the membership too. So definitely do that. And then you can get more of the one-on-one coaching, hair coaching. So I've had some videos that I made this just for people. What is that doing? Just for people who want specialized coaching. So you get that in the membership as well. So let me pull over so I can read this question, and then we're gonna go ahead and get up on the off of here, okay? We're gonna go ahead and get on the off of here. Let me park right here, and I can see your question. Okay. All right, Dr. Royanista. You haven't tried it yet, but I've been told that one way to soften hair is water filter in a faucet where you wash your hair. Oh, Dr. Royanista, thank you so much for bringing that up. That's so good, because like some people, depending on where you stay at, you can have like hard water, and then you noticing like, man, why does my hair feel hard? Why does it feel dry? And it could be your water where you stay at. So thank you so much for bringing that up. You can get a water filter. Sometimes I've noticed that sometimes with some clients who have moved from different states to here, depending on where they stay at, they notice like, I notice like a difference in my hair. Like it's like the water is hard. So definitely, if you feel like that's your issue, definitely look into getting like a water filter. Do I know one that you can put on your shower in particular? I don't have a recommendation, but I would just say look into doing that. Hey Jasmine, girl, you know your stuff. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Jasmine. I try. I mean, I don't try, I'm doing it. But yeah, thank you. So anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Jasmine been up here pretty faithful. Jasmine being here in these comments. Okay, Jasmine, go ahead. Welcome to the tribe. Thank you for being here. I will see y'all in another live stream. Bye.